Be looking at natural disasters. This is going to be your last lecture video for the year. Can you name some natural disasters? If you can, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll pause here and let the Miss Jarvis or whoever's subbing for each day call on you to answer that question. Basically, for the next week or this week, we're going to be looking at different natural disasters. We're also going to be looking at environmental issues and why it's important to take care of the environment. And then next month, which is June, you'll be doing a lot of, you'll do two main things. You're going to have an in-class cumulative test where it's going to cover everything that we talked about this year. So make sure you can bring back all your notes. And then you'll also have a project that will be completed in class also. So that's going to be going on for June. But let's get back to the PowerPoint. So hopefully some of you can name some natural disasters. You should have your note sheet in front of you that could help you. So just looking on your notes, should have hurricanes, earthquakes, lightning, fire, tsunami, tornadoes, volcanoes, blizzards, floods, or some natural disasters that can take place. They're called natural disasters because it happens here on Earth. It's caused by nature, not by man, and also heat. So on your notes, all you have to do is define natural disasters, and if they're listed within this PowerPoint, just write an example of it down. So what you'll learn during this PowerPoint, you're going to learn about some natural disasters that take place in the world. Some of these you will be familiar with, like an earthquake. It's a sudden movement of the Earth's crust caused by release of stress collected along faults or by volcanic activity. Hurricane. A hurricane, if winds reach 74 miles per hour, then they are called hurricanes. You have several different types of classification of hurricanes. You have a hurricane, typhoon, severe tropical cyclone, severe cyclonic storm, tropical cyclone, which if you look at the map here, it appears as circles on the map. But anyways, they're going to be high winds, and it's going to cause a lot of damage. It typically happens around, as you see in the ocean. So if you live on the beach, or if you have a house, or you go visit, you have to check to see if it's hurricane season, because sometimes people don't want to travel during hurricane season because a hurricane might take place if you go on a cruise ship. Anything that has to do with water that can be around a hurricane. Lightning. A brilliant electric spark discharged in the atmosphere occurring within a thundercloud, between clouds, or between a cloud and the ground. And I know you guys know what lightning is. Y'all probably seen it. Some of you guys are probably actually scared of it. Or you may have when you were a little kid. Fire is just a burning mass of material. Sometimes we have forest fires, especially out in the west, like in Colorado, California, where it's hard to put out those forest fires. Actually, putting it out and making it stop can also increase having another one come. Tsunami, and you're going to look at some disasters that took place in Japan. They're actually going to have 3 natural disasters take place all at one time in Japan. That's what you're going to look at on Friday. You're going to read an article about that. But a tsunami, sorry, I can't even talk, is an unusual large sea wave produced by a sea quake or undersea volcanic eruption. And this picture here will show it. And again, you'll see this when you look at what happened to Japan. Volcano is a vent in the Earth's crust through which lava, steam, ashes, etc. are expelled either continuously or at irregular intervals. A blizzard, we haven't experienced that here in North Carolina. We do have snowstorms, but it doesn't compare to a blizzard. It's a violent snowstorm with winds blowing at a minimal speed of 35 miles per hour and visibility less than 1/4 mile for 3 hours. The most famous of those floods, Hurricane Katrina, caused a huge flood. Of course, it came from the hurricane, but then the whole city of Louisiana, the whole state of Louisiana, especially New Orleans, experienced a flood. a temporary rise of the water level, as in a river or lake, or along a seacoast, resulting in it spilling over out of its natural artificial confines to land that is normally dry. Looking at Hurricane Katrina. Floods are usually caused by excessive runoff from precipitation or snow melt, or by coastal storm surges or other tidal phenomena. A violent, looking at a tornado, a violent rotating column of air extending from a Columbus cloud to the earth, ranging with from a few meters to more than a kilometer and whirling at speeds between 40 and 316 miles per hour. The tornadoes occur a lot in the Midwest. Some houses actually have basements where people will go downstairs and hide because of tornadoes. So, what are the 10 worst natural disasters that have happened in the world? The October 8, 2005 magnitude 7.6 earthquake in Pakistan. And this is where you can fill in the blanks when you have to give examples. Like if you need to give example for an earthquake, you can put earthquake in Pakistan. Hurricane Katrina, I already typed that in. The volcanic eruption, Nevada del Ruiz, took place in Colombia in 1985, and that's South America. 1976 earthquake magnitude 8 Tangshan event in China, and the Indonesia volcanic eruption Tambora volcano of 1815, and the Kyoto, I mispronounced that, sorry, explosion. And that is it for this PowerPoint. Very short, simple, to the point. All it is definitions, defining. Tomorrow you'll spend time looking at the natural disasters that took place in Japan. And then you'll watch the Lorax movie that is going to explain the importance of taking care of the environment. And that's it.